Hey, what's up, everybody? Dr. Earl here. It's quarter to 1 a.m. Sitting in my favorite spot here. And there's a little story I want to tell. And the reason I want to bring up this story was because it was regarding, the subject of letting shit go, shit from the past. I was in a Facebook discussion with a lady back in Michigan. Her name is Darla. Now, Darla is kind of like a feminist. And the reason she is a feminist because of some of the things that various men have done to her in the past, including touching her as a child and as an adult inappropriately. Now, this subject came about when I posted and mentioned something about that Snow White controversy that actress Kristen Bell brought up about, she'd have consent before kissing her even though she's asleep and all that kind of stuff. I was like, oh, come on, why are you changing the story around and all that shit, the Suti PC crowd. She was like, well, she does have a point. I was touched inappropriately as a child and as an adult, but you obviously know more than women. And that kind of pissed me off. Later on, another conversation brought up about this cis male who shot up that bar and grill in California, who had this resentment towards women for some dumb reason. Now, when I speak of cis, I think of CIS. That's what I'm speaking of. It's supposed to be related to this pansexual thing, which I've been heard a few times before. Now, I don't really understand pansexual. All I know is gay, straight, or bi, or trans, whichever. But now we got all these, different forms of sexuality, including gender fluid, where some days you feel like a man and some days you feel like a woman. People saying gender is determined by your thought, by your not what's in your mind, but not what's down in your pants. Some woman said that before. I wanted to go off on her. Where I'm from, it was determined from what you have between your legs, okay? I was about to say something like, oh, let the shit go. Whatever happened in the past, happened in the past. The past is the past. Let it go. Move on. But then again, it would be hypocritical to say that because there were a couple of things in my past which I have yet to let go of. One incident in particular, and I want to talk about that incident or tell the story of this incident. And for those who kind of question why I don't respect anything that's mainstream or what's current out there, why I don't get into any current trends and all that shit, I have a huge hatred for anything that's mainstream. Especially the mainstream public, because of what happened to me. Now, this happened in Marysville, Michigan, around October 1992. I know it's so long a time ago, and people would say that, but when something is planted inside of your head, it's hard to get it out. I was there checking out an all-female group called Damsel. They played there a couple times before. I got off work. I show up there. It was cold as fuck, so I wore knee-high biker boots and a leather jacket and a leather hat. Damsel did about 3 sets at night, and it was packeted in. It was done for the night, you know. They were loading. It's starting to load up. I'm wondering, what should I do? Shall I check out the nearby Myers, or should I head straight home? When these guys approached me, walked right up to me, and they said, "We don't like the way you look. Step outside." I was like, "Why? What did I do?" "We don't like the way you look." "What are you doing here dressed like that? Why are you here for?" Now, these are normal looking guys. One of them had a mustache. The other had one of those preppy haircuts. They proceeded to condemn me left and right. "Why are you here? What are you doing here? Why are you wearing an earring in your ear?" I had a loop earring in my ear, in this left ear at the time. It was my only piercing. Now, the other one of the others, you know, who had a mustache, as I said, he was like yelling at me even more. "So if I catch you dealing drugs in this area ever again, if I catch you, shut up, shut up. Don't, no, you don't have a right to talk. You shut up. I told you to shut up. If I catch you dealing drugs, yes, you are a drug dealer." No matter how many times I tried to tell them I'm not a drug dealer, they wouldn't listen. They wouldn't even give me a chance to talk. This went on for about a good long, over 20 minutes. At one point, the drummer of the band, Damsel, intervened. Carolyn, she was the drummer. She's like, "What the hell is going on in here?" I tell Carolyn, "Am I a drug dealer?" She's like, "No, I don't think so. No, I don't even see you smoke cigarettes," which I told those guys that. And he just went off on her as well. And so this went on for about 4 more minutes until one of the other guys said, "Come on, back off. Come on, dude, come on." Now, keep in mind, the staff of this place never once intervened either. They just kept their distance as well. So I head out to my car, about to get in. The members of the band are in the park next to me. I'm saying goodbye, I'll see you later. One of the guys is coming out there. He had the one with the mustache, he's coming after me. I get in my car. I drive head home I-94 to Roseville, where I was living at the time. And all the way home up until we would get off at the 23-mile exit, there was this one truck right up my ass. Right up my ass, all the way through, nonstop. They were following me. Trying to start shit. Trying to intimidate me. I get off at the 23-mile exit. Take Ratchet all the way back to my place. I'm pissed off. I'm angry. I just got discriminated. I just got disrespected over something I don't even do. I don't deal drugs. I don't do drugs. I haven't had a beer in God knows how long, over 2 years. I don't even smoke cigarettes, for that matter. As I stated before in the previous video, I inherit this look from my dad. And plus, I have a little bit of Cherokee from my mother. She had the same type of cheekbones. A couple weeks later, Damsel, they're playing the Studio Lounge in Westland, Michigan over the weekend. And so it was on a Saturday. I head out there. I find the members of the band. I head backstage, talk to them. And the first thing we were talking about was what happened in Marysville. They saw me getting harassed. One of the band members' husband, intervened as well after I was gone. And I also found it out that those guys went after the band over the same reason, the way they looked. Now, if you remember the band Vixen back in the day, that was pretty much how Damsel dressed when they were on stage. And yet these motherfuckers were calling them sluts, whores, skanks, and all that stuff. Who are you to pollute our area? Now, here's the thing. I still found out from someone who used to live there, that area is basically one of those working class regular areas where the men and women dress way normal. No flashiness, no flamboyantness, nothing. Everybody dressed in the regular jackets, regular work clothes, regular this, flannel shirts, Dickies, tan boots, and all that kind of stuff. They were mainstream. Bunch of guys going after a bunch of women over the way they dress. Yeah, that really makes you a man. Now, in the years that followed, I've seen, mainstream people, men and women, disrespect, taunt, tease, pushed around anybody that was not like them. When I used to go to the Emerald Theater on Friday nights, I'd be minding my own business. A couple of guys and gals asked me, tell me, what? Hey, pump your fists in the air. Pump your fists. I don't do that shit. Come on, pump your fists in the air. Pump this. You queef. People expecting you to be like them. People expecting you to follow the same trends that they follow. People who question you because you're different. That's the mainstream world that I witnessed. That's the mainstream world that I observed. And what kind of pisses me off, and I should probably tell my boys, other guys at work, the same people who did that harassment that I mentioned in Marysville and everywhere else that I've seen are the same people that we cater to at our work. The ones who wear the polo shirts, the ones who wear the loafers on their feet without socks, the ones who wear the golf caps, who wear the sandals, the stylish ones, the beautiful ones, the ones wearing the high class fashionable shit. That's the same kind of people that did all that I've mentioned before. The ones who tell you, cut your hair, you look weird. Why do you wear a dress in black? Why do you wear this? Why do you wear a leather jacket? Why do you look so weird? Fuck you. You're the reason why we look so weird, bitch. And what really also, to conclude to that, most of these people don't have minds of their own. They don't think outside the boxes that they're stuck in, that they prefer to be stuck in, actually, I meant to say. As I said, these are the ones who believe that that shows like The Big Bang Theory is the hottest thing on television, or other programs like, I wish Friends would come back on the air. We grew up on Friends. We grew up on Seinfeld. I never watched those shows, keep in mind. I was busy at a work afternoon shit at a restaurant in the Rosa area, for that matter. So I never really got to watch that. Fuck those shows. I was too busy watching WCW Monday Nitro or the WWF Monday Night Raw when the Attitude Era and NWO eras were both booming like it was. And these are the same people that, came out to see Marilyn Manson during his high time, mainly because he was the hottest thing around. Oh, let's go check out and make fun of the people who go see him. Let's make fun of the audience that he caters to. That's what they do. Now, I know times have changed. I know they're going to be like, we accept people with different piercings now. We accept anyone with stretched out earlobes or snake bites or nose, whatever the fuck, nose piercings and all that stuff. Eyebrows piercings, belly buttons, nipple piercings. We accept those nowadays. Yeah, right. I'm not that kind. For the record, soon after I stopped wearing that one earring in this ear. And that was about it. I haven't worn one ever since. That is probably one of the biggest reasons why I have really no respect for anything mainstream. Why I don't listen to mainstream music. Why I don't respect many of the mainstream fashions that are out there. This is why you don't see me with a beard or let alone a mustache. And this is why you'll never see me any flannel shirts. And this is why you will never see me with piercings or gauges in my earlobes. Fuck that shit. I'm not buying into that. They look ugly as hell. So I just want to take this time to say fuck you to the mainstream for being ignorant, unaware, and unaccepting to people who are different. I would rather be at a place like the Concert Pub North on 1960 Road, checking out either a Metallica or Ozzy tribute group, rather being at some, ritzy nightclub where people are popping champagne, celebrating life. Bullshit. Dressed to the core, trying to look like the Kardashians, or the men that the Kardashians prefer to date. The guys who try to look like that Scott Disick dude. He doesn't have a job, by the way. He just lives off his parents' wealth. If he does have a job, I'd like someone to show me. Feel free to. Okay, that's about it. I thought I had to get that off my chest. Now, if anything like this has ever happened to you, feel free to let me know in the comments below. And that's about it. I'm Dr. Earl. Thank you for watching and listening. Subscribe to my channel. Thou shalt not pass judgment, and ye shall not be judged. That's a quote from the Bible. See ya.